Hello everybody, ToastBomb here today, doing a game update. It's been a while, and I've got the recording working, so let's get right into it. So, what we left off last time is checking out the character that I was making in Blender, and you can see the character right here. Like I said before, this is not the final character. There's a lot of stuff that's got to be changed, some stuff that's got to be tweaked, and fixed also as well. But it's all there, it's all working. The skeleton that you guys saw before, it's all there in the engine and working good. So now I can also show what I've made in here is a physics asset for the character. And now what the physics asset allows you to do is actually do this. That's right. That's right, ragdoll. Our favorite part of every single game, silly ragdoll where the guy flies around everywhere. It's all in here, and it's working pretty good. I think I still need to tweak some stuff to make it a little more realistic, a little less gross. There's times where some of the constraints on the joints aren't quite high enough, and the guy kind of just looks like a floppy piece of meat, and it looks kind of gross. And I think I want to change that. So I'll just show you kind of how this works right here real quick. So you can see these different little cubes and capsules and spheres here. Now these are all the things that the player, when it's in ragdoll mode, actually collides with. It's not actually colliding with the different geometry here on the player. None of these polygons. It's not actually colliding with that. It's just these capsules and these boxes here. And then those things have constraints associated with them. So you can see we click on the elbow here. Now obviously your elbow doesn't move in all different directions and rotate, you know, hyperextend way far or anything like that. So we have constraints on here, and you can see this little fan is a little visual representation of what that constraint is. So it only can rotate up to here, and it can only rotate out here, which is about a straight out arm. A little less than a straight out arm, I believe. And I think I actually do have to constrain these a little bit more because, like I said, sometimes he kind of looks like a floppy piece of meat, and it looks kind of gross, especially like the neck area. Even though it looks like it's constrained a lot, I think I actually need to constrain it a little bit more because it just looks kind of gross at times. But yeah, so that is the physics asset, and that is all working in game. So let's actually show you what that looks like in game. So let's play here. We get multiplayer. We can see person running around. This is all being replicated. Unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of resolution to work with here while I'm recording, so you can't really see the other screen where you could see me running around or whatever. But trust me, it's working. This is all being replicated properly through an authoritative server setup, and it should be perfect. And I can shoot this guy and shoot him and shoot him and shoot him, and he should die. And there he goes, he died. And there's the ragdoll that we were looking at. And he should respawn here in a second. And there he goes, he respawns, and we shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. And he dies. And there we go. There's the ragdoll and the character and the multiplayer. You can see the shooting works. And also I should mention, by the way, a lot of this UI that you're looking at here is being borrowed heavily from the shooter game example that comes with Unreal Engine 4. I'm probably going to borrow a lot of the code and logic that's being used here, but the design is going to be completely different. What I mean by borrowing the logic is stuff like in the bottom right hand corner, you can see me switching between weapons here, sort of showing off the inventory system we got going, where you can see it's properly switching between the weapons and displaying the ammo between the currently equipped weapon and the offhand weapon. So that stuff's going to be borrowed. The timer, some of the kills and stuff like that, that stuff's also probably going to be borrowed. But the design is totally going to be different. Also, what we have in here is different zoom levels. So if I right click, I zoom in, and you can see I zoomed in way far away, and I click again and I zoom out. Now this is actually farther zoomed out than the base zoom level, but we'll get to that later. I'll show you how easy it is to customize this customize the different zoom levels. Obviously, this isn't really how you would want a zoom level to work. You wouldn't really want a weapon to zoom like this in a game. This is totally unrealistic. So let's actually back out here, and let's just easily go into the weapons and find our weapon. And let's actually just search for zoom here. And we can find this. This is where it was. So the base is 90, so that's where you start out at 0, and then we have 2. Now 2 is very small, and that's why it zoomed in a whole bunch. So we could switch this to something, you know, like 80. So we'd zoom in a little bit, and then we could switch this to, I don't know, like 20. Have it zoom in a bunch, and then we could probably just throw the rest of these in the trash and just delete these. So we can delete that. So we should, kinda like the Halo Sniper, have 2 levels of zoom. We have the base zoom, we have the first zoom level, and the second zoom level. And that should work perfectly. So we come in here and we play, and we see we zoomed in just a tiny bit, and we zoom in more, and we zoom back out. And that's how easy it is to change this stuff. We can come in here, we can even change stuff like the rate of fire. We could make it something ridiculously ridiculously fast, you know, something like 0.03, like 10 times faster than what we had it before, I think. And then like the ammo per clip to like 250 or 350. Yeah, sure, why not 350? And max ammo, bump that up to actually more than that, make it like 1,000. And initial clips like, you know, whatever, 3 or something. And then from there, we come in and we play, and now we have a weapon. You can see it says 350 down there, and it shoots ridiculously fast. You can see how fast it's shooting. I can spray down this guy real quick, and that's super fun. That's super awesome and really cool, just how quick it is and versatile all this stuff is. It's just wow, it's just crazy fast. Also, I should mention probably that these effects, while they're not super hard to actually create, this is also currently being borrowed by Shooter Game, the Shooter Game example that comes with Unreal Engine. But you can see that, you know, this little technology stuff is at least being put to work, where you can see it's not actually accurately going from where the tip of the weapon is, but theoretically you can see the little weapon trail there. It might be a little bit hard to see in YouTube, but there is a trail going from where the end of the rifle is to where the bullet and impact is. You can see the impacts there, you can see the fancy little sparks and the flash effects and all that stuff, and it looks really nice and looks really cool. And then when you shoot the guy, he has all this like smoke effect coming out of him, which looks really nice. Same with the ground, just looks really cool. And this stuff's really, really easy to do, really powerful in Unreal Engine 4 to get this stuff going. And yeah, that is pretty much what we got going for the game update right now. We got pretty much basic multiplayer totally up and running. It tracks your kills, it does all this stuff, it does a ton of stuff. It's all being replicated properly in an authoritative server setup. And yeah, it's like totally awesome. There's a couple things that still need to be done. Crouching needs to be implemented, grenades need to be implemented, melee needs to be implemented, and I do have headshots in, but for some reason they seem to be not working right now. I'm not sure what I did coding. Maybe last time I was coding I was changing some stuff. I can't really remember. It's been a few days, so I'm not sure if I screwed something up there or what, but headshots should actually be in the game and properly being replicated and working, all that stuff. And also to mention, actually, headshots with no bleed through on the shields, so it works very similar to something like Halo 3 or Halo 2, no bleed through on the headshots. And yeah, it's awesome. I'm super excited. Pretty much probably the next step I'm going to take is trying to get a basic character design going and then getting animations for that, so then I can actually get him into the game, and then maybe do a little bit of really super early testing with just a couple people or something like that for fun, to see if everything is totally working properly over the internet. Even though Unreal Engine does allow you to, you know, play with this stuff really easily, I would like to get it in an environment where we got proper latency going, you know, something like 100 ping or something, if I was playing with someone somewhere else in the country that wasn't just locally on my computer. But it should theoretically all be working perfectly. But anyways, that will be it for this game update. I'm looking forward to showing you guys more in the future. When I have more, I'm going to continue working on it. And thank you for watching. As always, if you have suggestions or ideas or critiques or anything about the game, what you've seen so far or anything like that, feel free to leave that stuff down in the comments. I look at all of it, and I look forward to discussing with you guys about that stuff down there. But anyways, that'll be it for this one. See you later. Bye.